Okay, I guess we better get started. So I'd like to welcome you all to the Living in Light Church, because living in light is a lot better than living in dark. So, you're welcome. The last service that got recorded, Wi-Fi was very unstable, and I only got about 8 minutes worth that I could put on YouTube. So going forward, we're not going to be doing it live anymore. I'm going to have a recording going like I have right now, and then put it on YouTube later. So we can't do the live stuff anymore because it's just unreliable. And it's like it could shoot up stuff, then it's gone. We don't have it anymore. Whereas recording this way, we definitely have it.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. We have books in the back. So like every 2 weeks that we're here, it's like there's a new selection of books that I put up there, so you might want to browse through that. This is also the Billet week, so we're going to be doing Billet Readings following towards the end of the service. And the forms are in the back. It's a little slip of paper. You put in a question that you want, and then fold it a couple times, and then put some kind of symbol that you would recognize on the front of it. And then that way, if it's being read, you know that it's for you. Because they're going to say, this is what's on the cover, there's a smiley face in here. So if everybody makes a smiley face, it's going to make it harder. We also added a new form to our healing list, because if you open it up, to the left side, there's actually a form for people that have passed on to the other side. The last couple services we had, there was a couple people that were adding it to the healing list. And Sandy thought it'd be a good idea if we separate that out so that we have people that passed on the left side. It's right on the healing book.
Oh, okay, so I just put some people who crossed over.
Yes.
I'll put it on the page.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's the way to do it. Okay. We're going to be having a membership meeting following the service. So if you want to become a member, we have a form in the back. I don't think I actually pulled that out. Okay, well, we do have forms. We do have membership forms. It's $15 a year, so you're helping out the church, and you get to participate in our voting, our elections that we're having following the service. One of the things I just discovered about the phone is like, we're supposed to put our phones on silent. And so like there's a switch or something, maybe you're fiddling with it, a menu thing. You can tell your phone, put me on Do Not Disturb. It's like, okay, Google, or okay, Siri, or whatever it is. It's like, put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and it'll just do it. So you don't have to fumble with switches or something like that. And I just did it to this phone. So now if anybody's texting or calling me, nothing's going to happen. Okay? So again, if you have phones, you might want to put them on silent. We're going to have everyone stand and sing a hymn in our hymnal books, which is 110, Count Your Blessings. That's 110, Count Your Blessings. There it is. Tempest tossed, when you are discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Are you ever burdened with the load of care? Does the cross seem heavy you are called to bear? Count your many blessings, every doubt will fly, and you will be singing as the days go by. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. So amid the conflict, whether great or small, be discouraged, God is over all. Capture many blessings, angels will attend. Help and comfort give you to your journey's end. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. And for the invocation, I want to say benediction, invocation. Spirit of the infinite, thank you for your unconditional love in this hour and the hours thereafter. We take this time to come together and to share our joy of fellowship with each other and you. We are raising our spirits ever higher so that we may take our gifts to others. Let us help make the world as you intended, with love and kindness. May we make good choices and let our hearts be glad for the sharing of your knowledge. Let us all be blessed. Amen.
Amen.
You may be seated now. Thank you. Our hymnal books don't have just songs in there. They have the principles, the Declaration of Principles, which we will be reciting together. So these declarations can be found on the inside cover of your books. Beginning with number 1, we believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitutes true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through mediumship. We will now commence with the spiritual healing service, and I will ask Avery Babin to come up here to chair that portion.
We have healing books for those who are unable to attend the service. If you know someone who you feel could use a healing and you have not done so, please add their names to the list now. As part of the healing service, we will be singing the healing hymn and reciting the healing prayer. I will then ask the spiritual healers to station themselves to the healing chairs and invite those of you who wish to receive a personal healing. If you would like a hands-on healing but have trouble getting to one of our healing chairs, please raise your hand and a healer will come to you. Please be aware that the healing is about working energy provided by the spirits who have chosen to be healing mediums to send their spiritual energy through. Let us now recite the healing prayer found in the hymnal books on the very first page. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. Please remain seated now as we recite the healing hymnal to help us get into a higher vibration in healing space and energy. Healing hymn will be hymn number 109, He Healeth Me, verse 1 and 2. He healeth me, O blessed thought, O words of heavenly comfort fraught. Whate'er I do, where'er I be, still 'tis God's love that healeth me. Lord, I would feel thy life in mine to thrill my soul with love divine, to bind me closer still to thee, since 'tis thy love that healeth me. I now ask the spiritual healers to take their places. The healing chairs are now open for those who wish to receive a hands-on healing. The healers will now ask the permission for the laying on of hands and will only touch your shoulders. If you do not feel comfortable with someone touching your shoulders, please let the healers know and they will adjust themselves to make no contact. Hands are the focal points of the spiritual energy coming from the spiritual world and passing through the healer's hands into the ones requesting to be healed. It is helpful for the one in need to be mindful of the gift being shared and to think of themselves as being restored by this action. I will do a short meditation for each of us real quick, followed by 2 songs by Lynn and Doyle. The Healing Lab Meditation. Surround yourself with the white light. Let it cocoon you in a gentle, brilliant glow. Feel it warm against your body. Now surround yourself with the gold light. Let the light layer over the white light. Begin to breathe in very deeply. Change yourself, charge yourself with the power of spirituality. Feel that you're opening up at the top of your head. Feel that you're relaxing. Feel that spiritual energy is coming through the very top of your head. Feel that spiritual energy is coming through the very top of your head. Feel that spreading golden light all the way down to your very head. Feel it enter your face. Let the energy is moving on down to your shoulders now. Let it encompass and heal you. Notice the feeling of strength and the feeling of no fear and no anxiety. Breathe in and out. Feel quiet peace. Feel the energy all the way down to the back, to the thighs, to the knees, to the calves, the ankles, until you are encompassed in this golden liquid feeling of quiet peace. Nothing disturbs you. Nothing bothers you. You are cocooned within this. I want you to feel the color blue. The color blue is tranquil. The color blue is peaceful. The color blue is calming. Now, take a grass green light and put it right down in the middle of yourself. Right down in the middle of the body where the chakras are. The pituitary, the pineal, the thyroid, the pancreas, the reproductive. I want you to feel yourself now going down an escalator. I want you to count you down until you relax even deeper. 10, feel yourself going deeper. 9, nothing disturbs you. 8, the God consciousness is growing. 7, the spirit is moving within you. 6, no illness in your body. 5, breathing is regular. 4, the good within you has grown even larger. 3, 2, 1, 0. You go off the escalator into the front doors. Doors are very symbolic of opening, like our Lord said. Knock and it shall be opened unto thee. Push open the doors and there is a beautiful blue room. Into the ceiling of this room is a stained circular skylight. And in the circle of the stained glass skylight are the color green, gold, white, purple, and blue. You walk in the room and you're very aware of the gurney and a couch and a white sheet on it. You get on the gurney and you lie there staring at the beautiful stained glass. In a moment the stained glass begins to move, begin to rotate, and there's a sunshine behind the stained glass. And like pinwheels of color, these colors begin to hit you. The blue, now royal strong, calming. The gold, spirituality, high mindness. The purple, the highest form of spirituality, begins bringing you God's center intact. The white for purity and the whole Holy Spirit. And then the green now, circulating through your whole body to heal all the infected cells. Allow these colors to spiral and circulate through your whole body. Anyone else that is ill, you can put them in this lab to do all this very same thing that you are doing for yourself today. You feel so at peace, there is nothing to fear. You know that you are never really alone. You may feel that you live alone, die alone, and you are born alone, but you are not alone. This world is peopled by spirits that love you, and by a God that can never stop loving you, and a Christ consciousness that emanates through you, and a Holy Spirit that penetrates every cell. Say to yourself now, I'm healed. I'm healed forever. I'm healed. I am whole. I am positive and loving. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. This is a healing lab where you can use your mind to make yourself well. Thank you very much for joining me for this healing service. And now I will turn it over to Lynn. What?
This first song we wrote together. Oh, I wrote it, that's right. There are new stars in the heavens that are shining so bright. There are new stars in the heavens that light up the night. Those stars are our loved ones who pass from this world. They keep us from danger, their new wings unfurl. We're not alone, though to some it may seem so. They keep the love light, if only in dreams though. New stars in the heavens are shining so bright. New stars in the heavens that light up the night. I lost my sweetheart, he passed from this world. Lost him to sickness, and down I was hurled, till he came in a dream, and he kissed me at last. I knew it was he, and our love had not passed. We're not alone, though to some it may seem so. If only in dreams though, their stars in the heavens are shining so bright. New stars in the heavens that light up the night. I lost my godmother, she slipped from this world. She died in her sleep. I was a motherless girl, till she came in a vision and guided me right. I knew it was she. What survived was her light. We're not alone, though to some it may seem so. They keep the love light, if only in dreams though. Their stars in the heavens are shining so bright. New stars in the heavens that light up the night. If you lose a loved one and they're gone from this world, if their life was taken and they were your pearl, you may see them in dreams, still you never know when. One day when you pass, you'll know them again. We're not alone, though to some it may seem so. They keep the love light, if only in dreams though. Their stars in the heavens are shining so bright. New stars in the heavens that light up the night. the stars in the heavens that light up the night. And now Tim.
Made a new decision as I woke up about a principle that I was always taught. Where my mind goes, my world always follows. So I'm taking a new direction with my thoughts, for the sake of being a survivor. I had really forgotten how to live, until a voice inside whispered, I think you recognize that it's really time for something to give. So I'll let this end be a beginning. Empty this cup and fill it with something new. I don't need to know how or where it happens. I'll just be the vessel for it to shine through. Heard a thing or two about painful endings. They're often new beginnings in disguise. So I'll release with love all that needs to go now, and take in this new day with new eyes. I'll release with love all that needs to go now, and take in this new day with new eyes.
Another original song by Tim.
Loving the world by means of me. On this day I decide that I will be a great channel of love for all to see. God is loving the world by means of me. Joy expresses itself by means of me. On this day I decide that I will be a great channel of joy for all to see. Joy expresses itself by means of me. I'll be a great channel of love for all to see. God is loving the world by means of me. Healing energy.
Sorry, I missed the rest of
Is this calls?
that. Okay, now I will read the tribute to those who have crossed over and also the healing list. So first, the tribute to those who have crossed over. Catherine, Charles, forgive me if I say some of these names wrong, but Clyde Cheney, or
Chesney.
sorry?
Chesney.
Chesney. David Boston, Will Radcliffe, Homeless Man, and Bob Keeley. And now for the healing list. Casey, Lorraine F., Susan, Joseph, Ann W., Ashley W., Jeanette S.L., and for page 1, I'll read all the other names. Lisa C., Avery B., Sandra D., Charles K., Heather E., Suzanne I., Barbara C., Lisa S., Francis G., Becky M., Vincent, Regina, Monica, Chive, Kelly, Margarita and Connie, their family, grandchildren, children long into the future, Jason, Nina and family, Jamie, Grace, Annie and Steve, Terry, Patty, Mary, Isabel, Betty, Grace, Brendel, Lynn P., Megan, Vanessa, Clyde who passed, Will who passed, David who passed, Cal, Rose, and that's all who graduated. Thank you to all my graduates. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. And I now dismiss my healers. Charles and myself need 3 affidavits to become commissioned healers. So if you feel like you've received an evidential healing, please fill out an affidavit.
Where can we get the
Affidavits are in the back of the church.
I did some, I think I was told to hold them, I'm not sure where to put them, so I want to be filled out.
Also at this time, we will read from the healing list. Oh, please send the healing energies to the children of this earth, emergency responders, doctors and nurses, and those in need. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Avery.
Yep.
And Tim, there, I started looking around. You're always sitting there. Why am I looking around for Tim? Tim, thank you for those songs. That's nice. That's really nice. Thank you. I'm going to be announcing the speaker, and the speaker is Reverend Sandy Deckinger, so we'll be speaking today. But before we do, we're going to be singing the hymn, The Beautiful Isle of Somewhere, on page 28 of the hymnals. Isle of Somewhere.
What page?
28.
28.
Yeah, 28 isn't 28. Somewhere the sun is shining, somewhere the songbirds dwell, somewhere the sand breeze shining, someplace and all is well. Somewhere, somewhere, beautiful isle of somewhere, land of the true, where we live anew. Beautiful isle of somewhere, somewhere the day is longer, somewhere the task is done, somewhere the heart is stronger, somewhere the burden won. Somewhere, somewhere, beautiful isle of somewhere, land of the true, where we live anew. Beautiful isle of somewhere, somewhere the load is lifted, somewhere an open gate, somewhere the clouds are lifted, somewhere the angels wait. Somewhere, somewhere, beautiful isles of somewhere, land of the true, where we live anew. Beautiful isles of somewhere. And now, Reverend Sandy Deckinger.
Good morning, everyone. I have been thinking of this topic for quite a while. Questions and answers. In my old church that I went to, it is an old church. They tore it down now and they moved to a new place. Every couple of months, they would have questions and answers. And this is your time to ask questions about your religion. You have 3 experts up here. So let's hear some of your questions. Do you want to know how it started? What about Sherlock Holmes? The person who wrote his book, those books, was a fantastic spiritualist, and he was into investigating seances and a lot of the phenomena that were happening. Now, does anyone have a question?
Oh, yeah, I had heard that about Sherlock Holmes, and I wonder if you could give, any more examples of his interest in the world beyond.
I forgot his name.
Sherlock Holmes.
What?
But the author.
Arthur Conan Doyle. He became a spiritualist after his wife passed to spirit. And he started attending seances to get a message from her. As he was attending the seances, he became interested in proving that this was true, that he really was hearing from her. So he began visiting the seances, all the different mediums, and he began learning some of the tricks. How do they do the taps? Well, they used their feet underneath this beautiful tablecloth that no one could see. Oh yes, I hear you. I'm hearing taps now. So he was able to debunk quite a few of those. One of the things that they would do at this time would be to tie the feet of the medium together and take her shoes and socks off, or his shoes and socks off, so they couldn't make any tapping with their feet. Very interesting. When the table would rise, like in table tipping, you know, you have your fingers on the table, and after a while, the table starts moving around. And I have seen them walk all over the room. What he found out is that some of the people would have sticks or pieces of metal in their clothes, so that when it came time to tap the table, they would slowly move these pieces out and put them under the table, and the next thing you know, the table's starting to move. But he was able to debunk that. In one or two of the cases that I've read, the medium had to take off all of their clothes, and they would just be wrapped in a sheet so that there would be they're not faking. And if the table tipping happened, well, then it was real. Today, if we were doing this, you would have the medium, attached to so many lines and wires to check on muscle movements and everything, but they were just beginning back there. Another thing that they did when you would have the ectoplasm come out, they felt that the medium had swallowed gauze. And when the ectoplasm started to come out, it was the medium regurgitating the gauze. So he applied a scientific method to this, and he was not a good friend of Houdini. He and Houdini had a lifelong, I want to say discussion, not hatred, but Houdini believed that all of these seances and everything connected with spiritualism was to be bumped. We will talk about Houdini's had a seance after he died. And he said he gave his mother a password to come through, if she comes through, to give that word. Well, multiple seances, and his mother never came through, and the word never came through. However, at the last seance that they did in Los Angeles, it was outdoors, and nothing happened during the seance. But towards the end of the seance, there was a huge thunderstorm. Now, how often do thunderstorms happen in Los Angeles during the summer? I'll leave that for you to decide. Now, does anybody else have any questions? Charles, you're raising your hand. You're one of our students.
I was raising my hand.
Yes, you are. Well, let's raise his hand.
I was my hand.
No, you're a student. What are some of the things that, like, what are some of the things you'd like to know?
Nothing comes to mind right now.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
When I was a student, I'd like to know, how do I know my guide is there, the teacher is there with me? Like I'm doing a healing, but hey, I think my guide is there, or he or she is supposed to be there. How do I know they're there? And how do I know, like, if they change? You can take your pulse later. Well, one of the things that I have learned is that your spirit guide is always with you. And we have certain guides who are healer guides, and they will come into us when we have a certain condition. As a healer, when you have your hands on someone's shoulders, you can tell, okay, what's happening with this person. Are your hands getting real hot? Are they getting hot when you put them on the shoulders? That person needs energy. The next person, you might not feel anything happening at all in your hands. One of the things that I have found is that I can feel the healer guide walking into me through my back, and I can feel their hands going on to the person who's being healed. And sometimes, I have tiny hands, but sometimes they're very big, they're man's hands, like size 8 or 9, and then sometimes they will change. And you'll find going up and up, and then you're free. And then, somebody else comes in and you feel a different type of power coming down into your hands. It's very interesting when this starts happening to you. And you feel it not when you're a beginning healer, but towards the end when you're fully acclimated to this. And one of the things that we always do between healings is washing the hands. In some churches, they would even have a basin of water next to the healer so that that person could rinse their hands and get rid of all of the energy that they have collected from the person that they were healing. This makes them clear, and the next person doesn't get that. Well, here we don't have the basins of water for everybody, but we do go and wash our hands so the energy is not transferred from one person to another. Yes, Lynn?
In the old days of spiritualism, we hear about physical manifestations like trumpets and physical things that came in during the session. Could you expand on that a little bit? And have you experienced anything like that, or heard someone who had?
Yes, I have experienced that with one of my teachers. His name was Charles, and we went down into his basement, and he had a seance room, and everything was black. We'd sit around in a circle, and we would get messages. You would see let me say this, some people would see orbs of different colors in the room. I didn't. They just didn't appear to me then. But that's when I began my trance work, because I would feel them moving into me, and they'd come in on the right side, and the left side would feel so cold. Charles was able to get me balanced. At the end of the service, you would see the trumpet, which was on the floor, rise up into the room, and it would go to each and every person. And what would happen is you would get hit with the flower. He liked roses, so you would get hit with the flower to take home with you. There aren't too many physical mediums around now.
What was his full name and where did he work and what era, when did he get into it?
Charles has passed. He got into it in the Golden Gate Spiritualist Church. His sister was also a spiritualist, and she also attended these seances, and both have passed on many, many years ago. I don't know how he got into it. I guess Reverend Becker was most likely to have taken him under her wing and taught them and helped them move forward. Well, it's time for me to end, and next time you see questions and answers on the program, come with some questions. I've always heard the greatest one was, what about reincarnation? What about reincarnation in animals? Do they reincarnate as the same animal or a different one? Well, we're going to leave that topic till our next question and answers.
Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, I'd like to know the answer to that one, because I hear it both ways. People say, no, they don't, and others say they do. And it's like,
I have one in my house right now.
oh, okay.
I absolutely do.
Might help to have a book here. So thank you for that. For myself, I have not experienced any physical mediumship, except for one time. There was Lorraine Reduce that came from the East Coast, and she went to the Golden Gate Church, and she was going to give a demonstration of ectoplasm. Okay, I've never seen it before. So there was a bunch of us in this room. They had the lights down dim, just red lights. She had a bowl of water sitting in the middle of the table. And so he says, well, when things happen, just call it out. Start looking around, nothing's happening. And then I noticed steam coming out of the bowl. There's steam coming out of the bowl. She goes, that's ectoplasm. She corrected me, that's ectoplasm. It's like, oh. And then I thought, wait a minute, I've seen that before. And it's like, when I first started doing healing with Bob Ferguson, because I was living with him, so every night before we went to bed, because I did a healing on him, and the lights were kind of dim because it's nighttime, and I could see that same effect where it was like flowing away from him. It was like steam that was flowing outwards, almost like fog. And I saw that quite a few times. And I thought, what the heck is that? Now I know, that was ectoplasm. So supposedly it's a transference of moisture or water. So I guess that's why there was a bowl of water there. So that was my experience. Now it's time for the love offering. And that means we're going to put Charles to work.
Teammate.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So this helps us keep our church going. It's like, because it costs money to have this room. And then we have some insurance that we have to take care of. So it takes care of that as well. Thank you. Thank you, Charles.
You're welcome.
I'll make it as you go. I'll make it as you go.
Oh, yeah.
Infinite intelligence, thank you for allowing us to gather and share your spiritual knowledge today. With this collection, we'll be able to continue with our spiritual growth. We'll continue to share your gifts bestowed upon us and others. With this offering, let this offering be a sign of our dedication to you, to your church. Let it help us carry on the message of spiritualism, and let your light continue to reach each and every one of us. Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
And as far as announcements, again, I would like to remind people that they can become a member of this church. And again, we're going to be having a meeting following the church service. And if you remember, you could participate in that. Yes, Lynn?
Just that we have a list of some of these songs if you want to find them on YouTube, and they're all illustrated. You know, with
Yes.
if you enjoyed the song and you'd like to take a picture of it or have a flyer.
What would be the best way to search for it?
Well, I have a handout.
Oh, you have a...
Yeah, I have a handout that'll show.
Oh, okay.
And if we just have a few, we can take a picture of it, go home, and we'll show you exactly.
Right. Okay.
And they're all in spiritualist themes.
Thank you. Okay. So you all heard that? She's got some papers that you can take a peek at to find out how to get to YouTube. I also want to remind everybody that as of yesterday, Living the Light Church was founded 2 years ago. So we've been here for 2 years. Yes, thank you. It's like it was founded, the first service didn't happen until April, but that was when it was founded. The paperwork make it all nice and legal. It was like they sent us a piece of paper. Said, yep, you are legal. It's like, we are a nonprofit entity. We exist. We're going to move on to billet readings now. And if anybody's forgotten a billet, I see the basket is up here that we'll be looking at. Lynn, would you like to participate in that? Okay. And Sandy, would you like to participate? Okay. And I will participate myself. I think that's it.
Do you want me to start? Or?
If you would like, sure, if you would like. Let's see, looks like we got about 6 or 7 of them. So you want to come on up? There's some nice pictures on there.
So how many to do?
Let's say 3. 3, okay.
Okay, good morning. May I come to you? To you. And if you just uncross your hands, that'd be okay?
But we're doing billet readings.
Oh, sorry. I'm so used to, I was trained not in billets.
I figured you were going there, yeah.
I had some training in billets, but more of intuitive readings. Let's see, I have a flower, and it's the word blue. I love blue, but let's see. I feel this is a hopeful person and who's hoping for better things to come as the weather warms, and it seems like it will. And it's funny that the word blue, Edgar Casey said that has to do with the color being on our spiritual path. So let's ask what Spirit has to say about this. Take in a deep breath and kind of let the storm wash away some of the concerns that you might have brought from the previous year, and really get ready for a happy new beginning for this person. That's what I feel. Yep, it sounds like it'll be a good one, and should be full of blue and also sunshiny colors, and it's symbolic of that rebirth in your life. I have a yin-yang symbol here. Which I learned interviewing someone in Tibet, that the colors got reversed for male and female over time. Interesting. I feel this person has a good connection to the earth, to the very ground, to the earth, and it would be positive for this person to be in earth a little bit, or be around earth, or step in earth, and it's going to help. And you're a person who does seek balance and helps others to be balanced with your attitude. People pick it up and they feel it, and right now it's so needed, those of us that can hold light and can have a positive attitude. So you're a missionary everywhere you go right now. That question, since I teach in that field, one thing to do that I know is just to allow your intuition to guide you and say, I will do this for, do I read the question? No, I don't.
You know.
Okay, so I would do this for 5 or 10 minutes daily minimum, every day, every 24 hours. Just say, I have 5 minutes or 10 minutes, make that a minimum, and let it flow through you, let it flow through you, and put it aside. And no inner criticism, and you will succeed. You will succeed. It'll open the door. Is that enough? Okay, I don't want to take somebody else's. Okay, this is a rainbow and a couple stars. Hold it a little more. The rainbow, of course, is God's promise that there won't be some of the destructions that happened before. And it's a 5-pointed star, the star of humanity, of all the races of the earth that came in at once from 5 different lessons of our brothers, sisters. Let's see what I feel for this person. Optimism. You had spiritual ideals that developed in you many years ago, and you've been kind of waiting, I think, on a subconscious level for the Aquarian age to really come. And we will see signs of it this year. Oh, I get chills, and you will see signs of it. And that's going to be helpful in your personal life and with your questions. I think that this can best be approached in an individual moment, in that very moment, to ask your guide to know what situation this is. Each situation is very unique, but you can ask the guide who's with you, and she will help you. She'd be happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. See how many we have left. Oh, it's 4. Okay, so I'll do 2, and then Sandy, you can do 2? Okay. Well, I might as well pick the one on top since I touched it. Well, it's a picture of a cloud with the word cloud on it. And then I guess there's some lines for rain, and it says rain. So I guess that's being very clear. And now that's what I'm thinking of, clouds, dark clouds with thunder. But I'm not thinking of it as a bad thing. And it's like when the clouds get dark, and it's the thunder and lightning, it's like, oh, this is scary stuff. But then it breaks apart, and it feels like spring, like I can smell that everything's nice and fresh again, and the flowers are blooming, and I can hear birds chirping. So it's like a necessary step that nature needs to go through in order to come out of it at the other end, with bright and cheery, with sunlight and everything. So this is the same with our lives. In each of our lives, there are some things that we have to go through, but we come out of it on the other side being a better person for it. So this is the journey that we all take, including the person that has filled out this piece of paper. And I'm seeing some beads, like a string of beads, wooden beads, a strand of them. They're laying on the ground. It's almost like a ceremonial kind of thing. It's laying on the ground, and somebody's standing in the center of the circle with these beads. You are standing in the center of the circle. It's almost like some kind of Native American tradition, not necessarily a tradition, a celebration. I'm not coming up with the right word, but anyway, that's what I'm thinking of. Ritual, there it is. That's the word I'm looking for, ritual. A ritual for cleansing. I got the word cleansing. So cleansing of spirit. Okay? I am thinking on a metaphysical level for this person. Naturally, you want to take care of your things with a doctor's help, putting ice or a heating pad on the area of injury. But I'm also getting something metaphysical for cleansing. The cleansing of that body part.
the healing of that body part. So thinking it in your mind, thinking that you are cleansing and you are getting rid of pain. You can do things the physical way, the way that we all do, but I would also include this spiritual way of doing things, asking for Spirit's help, doing a meditation, being in a quiet space, and thinking of that pain as being gone. Asking for help from Spirit to help you rid of that. Yeah, I feel that more strongly than putting an ice or a warm heating pad on the area. And I hope that helps. That's the message that I'm getting. Okay, one more. I'll go with this one. Oh, another rainbow with a cloud on either end and some stars. There's 3 stars on there. So if anybody would like to see that, it's like, whose is that? It's like, oh yeah, that's mine. And immediately I get like a sticker, you can buy these kid stickers with the rainbows and it's got glitter in there and you put it on your door, that kind of thing, with the clouds on there. And then the stars you can add to it, you can put it anywhere that you want. On your door. And every time you walk by it, you're reminded of why it's there. So if you're doing something like that, put intention on why you have it. What is the meaning behind this rainbow, this sticker that you're putting up? So that every time you pass by it, you're reminded of it. And it helps to reinforce what it is that you're trying to achieve. I am seeing like a beaker, like in a chemistry set, a beaker, and there's some liquid in there that's gassing up with this green mungy stuff. And it's like, it's not pleasant looking. It's like, ew, it's icky. And it's building up and it's spilling over the sides of this beaker, just sitting there. And I see you turning on a fan to blow all that stuff away. So by your action, you can get rid of this negativity. Okay? I believe that the message I got is related to this because I'm talking about negativity and it sounds like you're trying to get rid of the negativity of a career choice that you're in, a position that you're in. And turn on the fan and just blow that stuff away. So it's totally up to you. A timeline. I see a calendar with months on it. About 3 months. I'm thinking about 3 months because the page is flipping over and then it's kind of sticking on that 4th month, like it doesn't want to lift that up. So 3 months have gone by. In the 4th month, you should have something. And that's the message. Okay? There's 2 left, Sandy?
I ask Spirit to be with me while I'm doing this. Oh. I have 2 hearts that are intertwined. I guess they're getting ready for Valentine's Day. But as I go into this, I get the feeling that they're not really entwined and together, that there's been some type of problem or misunderstanding, that they're sort of like here and here, they're not intertwined. This is a personal problem rather than a spiritual problem. And what it's going to take is for you to sit down with this other person and talk about it. And when I say talk about it, that's it. Take a deep breath. Say what you say, and then let the other person have their say without interruptions. You can work through this. It'll take a little time, but I'm seeing a bouquet of flowers, you know, the roses, the long stemmed roses, and kept being brought to you. So if you continue this practice, you'll be learning, and this other person will be learning, and it will become a very positive outlook for you. When I go into this vibration, I'm getting, this person doesn't want to. They don't want to. It's not time, they're not ready. They're thinking about it, but they're not ready. You're doing very well. You're going forward. I'm being shown one of these bicycles that go real fast, like all the Pelotons on TV. But you know, you're pedaling so fast, you're not really getting anywhere. You're not seeing what's around you. So slow down a little bit. There's no rush. You have plenty of time. And I'm going to leave that with you. Here's a beautiful X with little swirls on the bottoms, and also a star in the corner. As I'm looking at this, I get the impression that of not just an X, but with these little things, hooks, that a lot of, it looks like 3 or 4 people have got their hooks into you about a situation. They're not totally into you, but they're sort of trying to pull you in a lot of different directions. Follow your star. This is what's important. You are important, not being pulled into these different directions, not being pulled into other people's arguments or their daily lives. Follow your star. Do what you think is best for you, not what other people think is best for you. And I know other people always think they know what's best for us, but it's us, not them, that's living our life. I would do number 2 before I did number 1, because there may be certain things that you can and cannot do. So it's better to have someone assess what is happening and then follow that direction. And I'm going to thank everyone for this.
Thank you, Sandy. Yes.
I'm also open to, I'm wanting to be a certified medium, and I'm also open to,
Okay.
if somebody wishes to fill out anything sometime on me, I'm open to it.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll make sure to remind people that you're on the list too.
Sure.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. So, and you're going to have to take our exam. We have an exam that you're going to have to take as well.
Cool.
So, okay. So that's it for the billet readings, and I hope everybody got a good message and it made sense. Some of the things that I get sometimes are a little weak. Today was actually pretty good. So we'll now close this service with the benediction, and I'm going to use one of my own. Though this service now ends, we carry our spiritual truth with us each day. As we go about our daily lives, we are reminded that our spirit guides attend to us. We are reminded that each lesson we learn is for our spiritual growth. We are part of the divine heritage of the infinite. Our mission is clear. Be true to ourselves. Share our truth in kindness with others. This is all that we need to do. Bless you all. Amen. So, thank you. We'll be momentarily starting our membership meeting. So, if anybody would like to have coffee or